Wigan, you were heading for all 3 points, but settling for a point, first point since September. Overall, can you be happy with that?
I mean, I think the only positive we can look at is the form that Man United have been on, and to get a point is obviously good, but the whole dressing room is frustrated not to get the 3 points. Conceded two silly corners. So yeah, it's frustrating. I don't think the first one was even a corner, to be honest. So yeah, it's frustrating, but we're back scoring now, and yeah, we take the point and we move on and we look at all the positives and take them into the next game.
When you say you're back scoring, let's just talk about the first corner, because it's a big talking point. It has been a big talking point of this game.
Yeah, definitely. We were 1-0 down coming into the half-time, and we felt like we had the dominance of the first half, and it was just about getting that next chance and trying to take it. And Yatesy put in a lovely ball for me, and I just had to try and direct it into the far corner, and luckily enough I did that. And I feel like that gave the boys the edge then to then go and really believe that we can go on and win the game, and then literally within a minute we went and scored another one, but unfortunately we couldn't just see out the game and get the 3 points. But we take the point and we take all the positives and move on to the next one.
What about the corner that led to the goal that was conceded? I know it was a set piece, and you know what's going to come off Sean Dyche because it was defending the corner, and both goals have come from those set pieces. Inconclusive to whether it was a corner or not for their first goal.
Yeah, I mean, from where I was standing, I was pretty far away. It didn't look like it went out. I haven't been in to be able to check it yet, so all the boys were saying at half-time, the analysis, they're saying that the ball never went out. So I think it's something that needs to be looked at, because it's happened twice to us now in 2 weeks. Last week against Bournemouth, it wasn't their corner. So it's something they need to look at, because, you know, it's cost us two extra points today. So we'll see.
Well, let's take a look at what Morgan Gibbs-White was referring to there. Of course, the controversial corner from the opening half that gave Manchester United the 1-0 lead. What did you think?
To be fair, I mean, it makes a point. I mean, obviously United are attacking, they cross Savona with a great header, and because he's headed, he's trying to keep it in. And it looks like he does, especially from that angle. I mean, this one is slightly different, whether it's, you know, in or out. It looks probably fractionally in, but I think the linesman on the other side is making a decision. He's probably about 90 yards away.
Too far.
So it's, you know, it's really difficult to see, and VAR can't intervene. You see what Sean Dyche thinks of it, but why can't they just have it a bit like tennis? You know, where if, you know, you got kind of sensors, but great header from Casemiro. He's so good in the box. Gibbs-White's marking him, and watch what he does. See you later. Just leaves him. But a great header.
What a header.
Yeah, I think Forest can feel hard done by conceding that corner, whether it's justified or not. But they cannot feel hard done by their marking. And that's, you know, their own fault, really. No one should get a free header inside.
It doesn't even jump.
It doesn't even jump, so very soft goal to give away.
Well, they were disappointed, as we just heard from Morgan Gibbs-White, but whatever Sean Dyche said to them at half-time clearly worked, because they came out of the blocks in the second half, and Morgan Gibbs-White got on the score sheet pretty much, 3 minutes into the second half?
To be fair, they dominated. You know, Man United just sat off them. How about this for a pass from Elliot Anderson? I love that. Great switch of play. And to be fair, they really struggled to deal with crosses, I think, at this point, Manchester United. Such an easy, but Yates just pops it in. And it's a fantastic header from Gibbs-White, isn't it?
It's a great header, gets across his man in Ahmad, but if you look from this angle, the challenge that Ahmad puts in, I know he's not a natural defender, but surely you can do a little bit better than that defensively. A bit more. So, talked about United's goal being a free header and a soft goal to give away. I thought this was equally as soft if you look at the defensive side of it.
Well, it certainly set up an exciting second half, didn't it? Because then Forest didn't look back after that. And they scored, seconds later? This was Savona that put them ahead, 2-1.
Yeah, to be fair, they dominated at this point. Again, you know, Manchester United don't really get any pressure on the ball. Igor does terrific. And to be fair, Savona does fantastic. You know, he's the right back there. Watch, he just plays this ball in and runs inside, in behind Cunha. And to be fair, Diallo just turns around. And I think once he turns around there, he has no idea where he is.
No, he doesn't know where the opposition player is, but he's looking at the ball. He's looking at the situation there. Look, he sees the ball drop. He needs to react quicker. He hesitates for half a second, And when you hesitate half a second, that's what happens.
That angle there, you see, it just stops for like half a second. But credit the defender, you know, he just kept running. And sometimes if you run in a straight line, it can come to you. But to be fair, what a strike this is from Ahmad.
How about that, Eidur? What did you make of the strike from Ahmad?
Oh, well, I mean, lovely strike, and he half and more made up for, let's say, his weak defending in Forest's first goal. That strike is just as sweet as you like, on the volley. De Ligt, you know, puts himself in front of the goalkeeper. I don't think there's anything in it. I think VAR checked it to see if there was a
possible handball there.
Probably that's the incident that VAR were checking. My initial thought was if De Ligt was in the eyesight of the goalkeeper.
They said it wasn't deliberate. And that's
exactly. So I think a wonderful equaliser. Would have been a shame if that wouldn't have stood.
To be fair, I wonder if we could kind of look at that from the top again, because there's a point where Bruno says to Ahmad, like, you're a little bit out of position.
Yeah, he did.
And what you got to do, you got to listen to your boss. And to be fair, Ahmad, it's only fractions, but they must have worked this on the training ground, and it's so good. No, it's another angle.
It's just the bit where he was,
they're kind of, it's almost behind the goal.
Yes.
And he just tells him, look, you got to step up, you got to be on the edge of the box. And exactly where he tells him to stand is where the ball comes, and he finishes absolutely brilliantly. OK, so will they be happy, though, with the draw in the end, do you think? Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to win the game, but I think going 2-1 down, and I think the goal that they scored, I think, you know, a point away is not a bad result.
Okay. Wouldn't have been happy with their performance, though, all in all.
No, I don't, especially second half.
Especially the run that Manchester United have been on, they should have done better.
Once they took the lead, they stopped playing, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's head over to Turf Moor now, because Burnley took on Arsenal.